Hello, I'm Melanie Hubbard, and welcome to After LUTV News, where we will discuss interesting topics in news and pop culture with our panel of reporters. Recently, a two-part documentary aired on HBO titled Leaving Neverland. The doc featured two men who claimed the late singer Michael Jackson sexually abused them when they were kids. The Jackson estate denies the accusations made by Wade Robinson and James Safechuck with notions of inappropriate or criminal behavior by musician artists such as Jackson, R. Kelly, and celebrities such as Bill Cosby. Panel, are you able to separate the art from the artist's behavior and still enjoy their work?
They were just doing kid things.
Yes. The thing about this case, or many of those cases, is that you have the artist, what he does with his music, so on and so forth, and then you have him, what he does on the side, him as a person. A lot of people can't differentiate. A lot of people idolize celebrities, musicians, and I think that's where a lot of this comes from.
Yes, I feel like it's like acting. Somebody could be playing a certain role or character, but that's not who they really are. And I feel like I can separate art from the artist.
I'm sorry, I have to disagree. You cannot, because every time you listen to that music or you stream that person's song or you watch their watch their movie, you're supporting them. You're putting money in their pocket to still do these malicious acts. So every time I listen to R. Kelly's song, that's putting money in his pocket to go further out and continue what he's doing. So you cannot separate the two. I know we have feelings about the song. They played, R. Kelly did the 2002 Olympics. Great thing, great memories for the players and the attendees. But we have to remember, separate those feelings and think about the victims' feelings.
Because the money that he's getting from these streams, like you said, they're going towards the house that he's holding these underage women in and these girls that he's abusing.
Okay, so what about the artist that's doing the same thing, but nobody knows about it?
It doesn't make it right, or it doesn't mean that they should keep doing those things. Like if we are not aware of these things, I feel like it's not something on us. But if we are aware and we can stop those things from happening and stop giving our time and giving our money to these people who are obviously doing wrong, we should stop.
Because how can you blame us for something we don't know about? Yeah. But you can judge my character for what I do, I do know about. So don't judge my character about if something I don't know, because if I knew, I took actions. But it's sad to say that us as a human race, we know, well, it's alleged that these artists are doing wrong to people, human beings, and I'm just looking past it. That's when you judge my character about what I do when I see wrong and injustice.
Yeah.
Right, but them being musicians, that's their art, that's their job. So it's like, I understand that there's certain things going on, but it's really hard to differentiate, what they do in their spare time and compared to, how they look in social media, so on and so forth. It's with music, a lot of people idolize music. Music brings people together. It's very hard to just stop listening.
Can I interrupt you really quickly? I'm sorry, but that's wrong. Because if you get caught doing something wrong in the world, if you get arrested, you might lose your job, right?
Right, yeah.
So if you get caught wrong, just because they're musicians, we're not giving them leeway because they're musicians.
No, not at all.
So if you're doing wrong and you're not doing just, if I get caught stealing and I go to prison, I hope my job would fire me. If I get caught doing something that's bad at my job, I hope they do fire me and take that initiative. So they don't have traditional jobs like we do, but it's our right or our must to step up.
So were you all able to see the CBS interview that R. Kelly did with Gail?
Yes.
So do you feel like he was maybe not feeling bad for what he'd done and he can't take ownership of the things that he's done?
I'm sorry, but when I watched that interview, it's like you gotta read between the lines on a few things. He said that he didn't keep anyone in his house and so forth. Those people, I believe that a lot of them went there their own free will. They wanted to stay there. Why? Because he's R. Kelly. He's a musician. He's got money also. So maybe he's not holding anybody against their will. Maybe they want to be there. A lot of the stuff he said, he treads very carefully. And then also, him crying, him cursing, all that stuff. It just seemed very scripted to me. I don't know.
So you think he's lying?
He definitely is lying.
Okay then.
Honestly,
But
I don't know. I can't believe everything that people say, especially media. Media has a way of, turning things and flipping things. honestly, I'm neutral about the situation because I don't have the facts. I wasn't at his house. I don't know what's going on, so I'm kind of neutral about it, honestly.
That could be true, but if he creates a song called I Admit, and he has this 18-minute song that tells everything he's ever done, and in the song he actually admits to saying that he enjoys being with older women and young women.
Correct.
And he also, I mean, it's
Other
there.
artists have been with young women. Elvis Presley.
But it doesn't make it right.
Okay, but why are we not talking about that?
Because this is a new age. So, okay, back in the older days when Elvis Presley was popular, a lot of things was okay or bypassed. But now, why can't we do better? You're saying Elvis Presley, okay, David Bowie has claims of doing illicit things, but why can't we change for the future? So with the Gayle King case, I think some of those victims may have Stockholm syndrome. You never know the underlying degree of what's going on. So do I believe R. Kelly's lying? Yes. Did we hear him? Yes, and we heard the victim stories. So we have two to compare. So it's like you can be neutral, but we have both sides to look at now.
But are you going to stop listening to his music?
Yes.
Are you going to stop?
No.
Are you going to
I'm
stop?
definitely not playing that at my wedding. No, none of the family functions.
Overall, a lot of people are going to not forget about it, but like with news, it's like, okay, it's relevant. And then after a couple months, no one really cares about it. And everyone goes back to listening and idolizing these people. That's who they are. Celebrities are just people. That's it.
But do you all think that we should just stop listening to it completely? Because we also have to think about the families that are being supported by this money, and they have families to take care of, and they're being accustomed to this lifestyle that they've lived for such a long time.
I think it should be turned off. Like, regardless, a lot of people should cut the music off because of the negative things behind it. So even if your lifestyle is being fueled by negative things, then what good is it doing to you?
But what about in Bill Cosby's situation where he has other actors and actresses on his show?
Find a different way. I'm sorry, it's that simple. If this music is supporting somebody that's so horrible, find another way.
With the Bill Cosby thing, why should other people suffer because of what he did? No, that's like you being an actress and somebody did something and now your show is not being shown because of somebody else's actions. I don't think that's fair.
It's not. And as far as Bill Cosby, Robert Kelly, I'm not big fans of them, but Michael Jackson, I'm a fan. He's been accused of a few things. He's in court. He's never been found guilty. If that was to come to light, I would be done with him. But there's been nothing found out that he did, even in the new documentary. It's all speculation. And he's dead anyway. Like, what could happen now? I mean, maybe, his estate might be able to pay them or something. But that's what it's always about. A lot of these things are just about money. But would I stop listening to Michael Jackson? No. But if it came out that he touched and did all this stuff, yeah, I would. The only thing Michael Jackson is guilty of touching is our hearts and our minds.
So victims speaking the truth is about money. Victims saying their truth is about money.
Are they a victim?
Are they not?
He's never been found guilty.
Okay.
2 cases.
Okay,
Nothing.
Okay, well, thank you, panel, and thank you for tuning into After LUTV News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more LUTV content. See you next time.